All right,
All
welcome to the
right,
Level Up Saving Systems podcast. This is Dylan Johnson and Nick Chichi for Level Up Training Systems.
let's
All right,
go.
so why don't you start us off, Nick?
Um, so we're fresh off of nationals,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it was quite an experience. A lot of travel and
Yep.
a lot of competing and a lot of lifters. You know, uh,
Yes.
I for one couldn't fathom how many damn people were at this thing.
Yeah, there were a lot of people,
Yeah,
and what was kind of crazy is that during the competitions, at least that I saw, it was like Battle of the Giants. Everybody was massive. One of the referees, I overheard him talking with a friend, and he was saying that he felt like a pinball surrounded by giants.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. During weigh-ins, the hallway just got smaller because there were all these massive dudes in there.
yeah,
You know, so I thought that was pretty incredible. I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what goes on, at these meets. And obviously you go lift, but there's that other half where, you're waiting, um, getting your equipment checked, getting weighed in, all the stress that brings too, especially for a newer lifter. I feel like that's a lot of stress. You,
yep. Well, not only is it a lot of stress, but it's also just a lot of pressure.
for sure. Um, who was it? Jessica's session. It
Yep.
was on Sunday. We woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, checked in at 5,
Yeah,
started
she had.
lifting, weighed in at 6, started lifting at 8.
Wow, so it was a morning session.
It was an early morning session. And then I had you in the afternoon, and then we didn't get done until 6.
Yep.
So it was a long day, but very good day.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a puker
A bit of a puker.
for my session. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a little bit of trouble with weigh-ins. For me, I was a little bit over, and I was spitting in a cup from, I'd say, about maybe 5:45 the night before up till about 11 p.m., and then I from the moment I woke up at around 7:30 until I weighed in, I was spitting in a cup, but it wasn't enough. I was like 2 pounds over. So, or no, what was I?
I
I
think
was
you weighed in
something.
like a pound and a half over
Yeah.
the first time.
So I had to, it was very discouraging. So I tried spitting more. It made very little impact. And eventually, I was feeling nauseous anyways. What finally did is I just decided, screw it. If I have to puke, I'll puke. And that's exactly what I did outside in a trash can. Not my most dignified moment, but it worked, and I was able to get under the threshold and make weight. Never again. Not going to be weighing in. Sorry, what do you call it? Not going to be cruising around 282, 283, and then going into a cut into the meat, because it's not fun. A week out, you're like having to swap out real food for protein shakes, almonds, and Pop Tarts, and you don't get to have fun with eating. And then when you go to weigh in, there's no food in your stomach. You are weighing in dehydrated, um under caloric, like you're not there's no like carbs in you other than what you've absorbed through the cut through those Pop Tarts. um I think you're just better off just trying to be a little bit under, and then that way you can at least have a light breakfast before you go weigh in.
I think that's definitely the route we're going to go with you
uh,
going forward. Um, just because I think it's going to be a little bit more predictable
Yeah,
for sure. Because I don't want to see you go through that again. That's never what we want.
yeah.
But you
We don't
know,
want to be puking because it's just not good for you.
yeah. But you
And
know, like I give you a lot of credit because you did what you had to do. You know, I wouldn't recommend that for anybody, especially
no,
if you're starting off in the sport. But you did what you had to do. You committed. You know, you went out
yeah,
there for a reason.
it's not good for your esophagus or your teeth or any of that stuff. I really don't recommend it.
No, it's
But
terrible for you.
I did what I had to do. Um, I think part of the problem too is that like what was it? 3 nights? No, 4 nights before the meet, I decided to eat a rack of lamb from a really nice restaurant, and I enjoyed it, and it was really good. The problem was it was very salty, and I knew that might have been a problem, but I paid like $60 for it, so I wasn't gonna let that go to waste. But it was probably one of the best racks of lamb I ever had. But the amount of salt that was in it definitely pumped my weight up and made it so I was kind of fighting uphill. Um, but it probably would, but here's the thing: if I weighed like 10 pounds less or 12 pounds less, and I decided to go have that rack of lamb, I'd probably be okay. Probably wouldn't be a problem at all because I could be a little bit under. I think that there's a benefit to being a little bit under, and then you can gain the benefit of food. You can eat. You can fuel your body before lifting. This is something that masters lifters, or not what we call masters, but the unlimited weight class, one thing I've noticed with them is that because there's no weight restriction, they never have to employ any kind of cuts. Instead, their strategy going into a powerlifting meet is to load up on protein, carbs, and fats, but especially carbs. And in some cases, up to like the night before, pounding massive quantities of food followed by a light breakfast in the morning. When they go compete, they're strong as can be because they're fueled compared to somebody who goes into a cut and they have a strength loss when they go into the meet, and then they can't hit those high end numbers, and they have to reformulate what they're going to hit.
I would agree. You know, I went into my last comp. I was like a light 100, and I had like 4 or 5 pounds to spare, so it wasn't hard. It was very easy.
Yeah,
You know, there's a time and a place for everything, and you know, I think the meet was very long. It
yeah,
was a long meet, so I feel like by the time you started lifting, you were feeling pretty good.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
that
it's
was
just
something that helped me was that there were 3 flights, 4 platforms, but there were 3 flights, and it gave me plenty of time. They were going very slow. Even though they had 4 platforms, they were moving at a snail's pace, and that really helped me because I was feeling really sick during recomposition after weigh-ins where I had to I'm bone dry dehydrated where there's like no water in me, and now I have to super hydrate, drink a ton of water, eat eat rice cakes, and then I'm hitting pre-workout, and my stomach started churning, and it did not feel good at all. Like I was feeling pretty sick. But as we got closer, I started feeling better and better. And by the time we warmed up to where I was doing 440 on the bar during warm-ups, I started feeling most of the way there. And I'd say I really didn't feel myself until about my second squat.
mm,
And again, I'm telling you that massive swing in hydration. I think what really triggers the upset stomach is the massive swing in sodium, that you go from not having a lot of salt in you, and then you're being dehydrated, and then you're pulling in a whole bunch of electrolytes, water. Then you have sugar in the form of rice cakes. It's all coming in at once. And then the pre-workout, it has a lot of nitric oxides in it that boost. Uh, what do you call them? What I think it's like the nitrates. They're boosting they're opening up blood vessels and increasing blood
Gotcha.
flow, and you mix all of them together, and it's going to make you super nauseous. But that massive swing in hydration probably also has a part of it. So I think if I was to go in a bit more hydrated, I'd probably be feeling a little bit better, you know,
I think you
especially
looked
when you
good during the day.
yeah.
Like I thought you performed pretty well. I think we just got some tough calls, and and that's going to be something that we're going to work towards because we want to go back and compete at this level, right?
Yeah.
And eventually, do very well at this level and maybe beyond. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like it's just something that we have to adapt to. Your bench is good. We went 3 for 3 on bench. We hit a 501 bench, so it's a big
Yep.
number. And we're looking at people that are, at the world level. They're benching the best benchers are not benching much more than that. And
Right.
we're right around there for your bench. So,
Well, and that's why we got Worlds coming up in the fall. Might sign up for that to go to Iceland.
hmm
And I placed second 2 years in a row, so I think this time around I might stand a chance of winning. There is the possibility that we get some people that we've seen before in at previous Worlds, that they might be there this time.
hey, we got Dan Bidiondi who's joining the show. So you were
Oh,
out there. You were out there earlier
yeah.
with Dan. So I'm gonna bring him on, and we could talk about that too.
All right, bring him on.
There he
What's up,
is.
guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Danny boy,
What's up, guys?
how you
Happy
do-
Father's Day, Nick.
Thank you. You too, Dan.
how
Thanks.
you doing?
Oh, pretty good, bro.
Yeah, your lighting's a little messed up. You have a little
Yeah.
bit of yeah. Do you
Son.
think you just turn a little bit, maybe
Yeah. I mean,
give us a little better
how's
angle?
that?
That's better.
Awesome.
All right. So tell us about how you did going into nationals. You
But
won second place
yep.
in your weight class, and tell us about how you did, how you were feeling, and also what you walked away with in this competition as far as uh, your achievements.
Hmm. Well, I felt confident going in there, because me and you've been training me. We've been training hard and everything for both of us too for the nationals, and so I felt
Yep.
felt confident, and I felt like I got this. You know what I mean? And so just being there was a blessing. I mean, like my first year, man, like just going to nationals was a blessing, and getting on the podium was even a bigger blessing. You know what I mean? So I had two very great opponents, man, and Callistus, the guy's a beast, and Hawk, I can't pronounce his last name, but Hockey's, yeah, he gave me a run for my money too. So it was a pretty good competition, and I learned a lot too. You know what I mean? And it's just like the experience coming up here, and yeah, and coming out of it, I just like got more confident too. You know what I mean? Because I hit three big bench presses. You know what I mean? And setting three state records, one after another, and it was big for me. You know what I mean? Because my whole thing is a bench thing. I love the bench, and setting a state record in all three lifts was amazing. I guess I set three New England records for the regionals for the bench press. So I'm pretty excited, man. I'm stoked going into
Yeah.
regionals.
So tell me, Nick. I saw it said something like it said Northeast Regional
Mm,
on his records. Even though this
Mm,
is nationals, his records that he printed out that he showed me, it said Northeast Regional.
mm,
And what I want to know is does that mean that his records apply for the Masters to 140 plus weight class for all of the region, as in he has the highest of each in the
the bench
entire
press. Yeah.
Northeast region?
I would think so. USAPL is putting a lot of attention into their regional events too. They
Mm.
have, the competitions, but they also have regional referees. So now it sounds like they're doing regional records, which is good.
So they're doing regional records. Dan, that means you have the regional record for squat, bench, and deadlift.
Well, I think it's just bench press.
Oh, is it just for bench press?
Yeah, I was looking at the certificates. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah,
Okay,
it
so
was
you have
skill
the
for yeah.
highest. You have the highest bench.
Yep.
But they're doing a lot of good things.
He has a regional state record. That's crazy. A
Yeah.
regional record.
The regionals, in my opinion, is a big meet. Dylan, you've been to regionals before. What did you think about regionals compared to nationals?
I
Don't
would
think.
say that they felt very comparable. Regionals is a lot like nationals in terms of how the meet is run and the multi-platform uh, setup. The fact that when you go to regionals and when you go to nationals, I mean, obviously, shout out to Gino. Gino is always at regionals and nationals, so you get to have that same experience of having him announce for the meet, and then the platform. I mean, the platform setup. It's very comparable. The only thing that's different is the lifters. When you
Yeah,
go to regionals, there is a different caliber of lifter at regionals versus the people going to nationals, and you can see it right out of the gate. I would say that this is comparable to minor league versus major league baseball, right? Or if we're talking uh like formula racing, you have the Formula 2 and Formula E racing. Compare that to Formula 1, right? This is where you're switching from the minor to the major. You can see it's way harder to win, uh but also they are extremely strict to a level that I haven't seen at other meets, to the point that they made a lot of tough calls that I actually feel, not just with my own self, I've seen this with other lifters, but especially in Dan's uh session. I saw that they were given really tough calls on a lot of different lifters that I disagreed with. Um, Taking away lifts where I felt that they did it correctly, you know.
I would
Okay, I
So
guess
agree.
this. I got the correction. It's a bench press for single and regular, and also the overall 615 kg total for Northeast regionals. So it's like actually total four.
so
120
how
plus
come it
passes.
says Northeast Regionals even though it was Nationals, Nick?
Hmm.
Um, it's just like if you were to go set a state record, it's just like he's able to set these records at this meet. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I would assume that you would have to be at a regional or national level competition to be able to set these meets,
Hmm.
these records.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. I'm not too
So
familiar with it,
I mean,
but they're doing.
it sounds like what you were saying earlier. You have the state record, the regional record, and then the
Hmm.
national record, and then the world record.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they say state and not state and regional.
Yep.
So, Dan, were you surprised about how strong most of these lifters were?
Yeah, well, I mean, not really, because I did my homework ahead of time. Kalistas, yeah, I already knew he was a beast. So he had that thing locked down, and I think maybe the second lift to the bench press. I mean, the
Yeah.
goal was already his. So guy's a monster. So my goal was
He
just to get on the podium, man, and thankfully I did.
I mean, he was like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah,
He towered over me and Dan. Uh
Yeah.
yeah,
in the face, you could tell he was an older gentleman. He
mm,
had white hair, white beard, completely snow white, and yet he was way stronger
mm,
than even me. Like, I mean, his bench press, he was doing like Uh, I think he missed I think he missed one or two of the benches, but he did like 535 or something like that.
Yeah,
It was crazy. I'm thinking if they didn't take away those two benches, he probably would have done closer to like 545, maybe
mm,
557, something like that. On the deadlift, he was going ham. I don't remember what was it he did, Dan? It was like insane.
6 something I think it was.
Yeah, it was like six something, and same thing with the bench press too.
Yeah,
You know,
the
I
It's
squats.
mean
good
Yeah,
that
he
he was.
they
was
it's good that they bring in an event where they can bring in that caliber lifters
yeah
for the
Mm,
masters, because I feel like the masters division is awesome because some people don't get into powerlifting when they're 20. Some people get into it, when they're 40, 50. Some people get into it when they're 30 and they want to keep on
yeah
going. And there's got to be an avenue for them, to
mm,
order in order to compete that's prestigious. You don't want to go up against some bum. You want to go up against the guy that you want to beat. You know what I mean?
mm.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
Well,
knew
I think,
Masters though. Going into that, I knew I had to be on my A game to even get on that podium.
yeah
yeah. And going back to what Dylan said about the calls on the refs and stuff like that. These refs are trying to hold a standard, right?
Mm,
But like, what is the standard? It's like within a millifraction of whatever they're looking at, right?
yeah,
And in my opinion, I know this will never happen, but if you're going to be a ref, you should also have competed in like the last 5 years.
yeah,
Because like you want to be a little bit lifter friendly. Like we don't need to like give away something, but if it's a good lift, it's a good lift. Like we don't have to be so hardcore where you know it's literally a fraction of a difference. What are you looking for? You know what I mean? I saw
mm,
some really tough calls. I was pretty
yeah
upset with the calls we got over the weekend because I coached 27 lifts. One of those lifts was missed on strength. You know,
mm.
just one of those
yeah
lifts. And then everybody else made all their lifts, but within a fraction of what the refs were looking for. It's pretty frustrating, but that's my
yeah.
vent.
Well, and
Well, what got
I
me
even
is like
looked.
the whole my very first lift. I went out there, and yeah, I understand I had an issue with the knee sleeve, whatever. I fixed it. We still had 30
Yep.
seconds, enough time to do it. Get out there. The bar's not even like they said it was a computer glitch or whatever. It was supposed to be leaned in and
Yeah.
lowered down more. It was way too high even to attempt that, and it wasn't set for my my requirements there. And me and Dylan tried to plead with the judges with that. They say, well, basically we had to eat it. Basically, that's what happened, and it's not fair. I think they should suspend the time clock for
Yeah.
if there's they misload the bar or something.
Well, they had some sort of software glitch. They lost everybody's rack heights, and then they asked, "What's your rack height?" But they didn't ask, "Are you lean in or lean out?"
Hmm.
They asked one of the two questions. So we
Yeah,
said 15, and then we go out there, it's out, and
yeah,
then it wasn't even set to 15. I don't know why, but it looked like it was like set to 20 or something. It was
yeah. It
way
was
too high
high
for him.
because I was going to attempt it anyway, but the thing was way too high. When I registered, I let them know I lean in and 15 and 10 for
Yeah.
the bench.
I guess you know, it's a shame that that stuff happens even at this level, but
Yeah,
they're trying to do the best they can, right? But it is a shame, it shouldn't
yeah,
happen, but sometimes it does. I guess that's why we set the openers light sometimes too, right? So we
mm,
can kind of feel the refs out. Maybe a mistake's going to happen. Whatever. So you could still like say you had to pull your socks down. You had 10 seconds left to go, and you made it out there. You could probably squat that weight in 10 seconds, right? That's
mm,
why the
Yeah.
openers are so light. It's just precaution, but
yeah,
Right.
overall, I left
yeah.
pretty
Because I was going to
frustrated.
attempt the 500 squat, and I didn't get to do that because I had to keep within my weight there.
Yeah,
I mean, and
yeah,
he did the 500 in training, and it was mad easy.
Mm.
yeah,
You
yeah. I
know,
saw it.
yeah, he
That's why
definitely
when I
he
squatted, I say I don't care if my butt touches the floor, man. I don't. I mean, this is gonna count, and I got three whites on both of those lifts.
So
yeah.
you went. What did you go? 7 for 9, Dan? 6 for 9?
Uh, this one. Is one, two. I missed two.
So 7 for 9. What
Yeah.
was the best squat?
I mean, I think the bench press. I was impressed myself. You know, I mean, like, wow, I hit three 400+ pound bench presses, which is the first time I did that.
So on bench, you took what, 418, right? 419?
Was it 424?
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I
On
think it
squat,
was
what did you get?
404, 414, and 424, something like that.
What you get on squat?
Squat. I did the last. I mean, the last two we got. What did we go? I think it was a state record. I think it was 480. I want to say maybe. Let's see.
And on deadlift, what you grab?
For your squat, yeah.
The deadlift was about the same as they. I know both of them were state records. Bench press single. You think you'll have this down pat here?
No, that's all right.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell you in 1 second.
It's sometimes at these national meets, the totals will come down because, like
Yeah.
we mentioned before, we have to lift to the standard. There's a lot of other
Yep.
variables.
Oh, the squat was 451.9, bench press 424, and the deadlift 479.
Looks like
Good
we
thing.
lost your image. There you are.
Yeah, he's looking at my text there. So
So
you
you
got
were the
me
first
looking.
one to go,
Yeah,
and then
Oh
Dylan
wow,
was
so he was the first one to lift,
on our team. Yeah,
mm,
and he did a phenomenal job. He kicked butt. I mean, like he earned that silver medal.
yeah. Thank
And
you, man.
man, and he was so happy afterwards. I mean, he was shedding tears. It
Yeah,
was, and it makes you feel really just happy and thrilled to
mm,
help somebody to be their best so that they can do such an achievement as that
yeah,
to be literally to get second place at nationals the first time you go,
yeah, it
like,
was
mm,
pretty awesome.
and for it to be his second meet is like insane.
Yeah,
yeah. It
you
all
I
know,
caught
mean,
up to me at once, man. It was like I started breaking down in tears, man. It was like.
yeah,
It was like a rush in emotions, like the whole meet was emotions. You're going out there firing on all cylinders. You're like you're low, from a 10 to a 20, whatever. You just all hyped up and all that. You got your family watching, all kinds of family send me pictures. The whole family
yep,
sitting on the couch watching me, different parts of the family and all that. And I'm like, I got to do this, man. And then when I clinched the second medal, I mean the second place, like with silver. Even before the ceremony, I was talking to Dylan. I started breaking down in tears, man, because it all hit me at
yeah,
once. You know what I mean? You coming down off that high and also getting that raw emotions too. It's like,
yeah.
well, it's all good, man.
hmm,
So we had 4 people go, and it was all everybody's first nationals,
wow,
and I think that was pretty interesting because, you walk away from it definitely learning something,
hmm,
you
Yeah,
know, and it's an experience, and like you said, you're just blessed to be there, and
yeah,
at the end of the day, we do this because we want to,
hmm,
and because it's fun. It's a good way to stay in shape. But we're gonna come back stronger next year for sure.
oh yeah,
oh yeah,
I'm
for
amped up
sure.
for it. Yeah, right now my focus right now is on the regionals, then the state championship in December, and then start all over again next year and head back to the nationals and hopefully take first this time.
Yep. And I have reservations for Las Vegas. I'm going to be competing in
Oh,
the
nice.
Las Vegas Mr. Olympia competition. It's on the September 24th to 25th weekend. And I have my hotel picked out and everything. I just have to get my flights
Nice.
set up. And
You're gonna get married out there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
no,
you guys getting eloped.
You're gonna get
uh,
married.
no,
Whatever
no,
stays in
no,
Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
no. Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. After the meet, I signed up for a competition too. I was like, let's go. It's
Hmm.
always good to see my lifters and the team and be around strong lifters and watch powerlifting. Gets me motivated to lift and compete.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what was the highlight of the nationals for you guys?
Just meeting the other guys who were taking pictures with everybody, and Gino meeting Gino. That was pretty exciting, and
Yeah,
just being at me the whole experience. Me and Dylan on the plane. Who I get to the store after the meet,
yeah,
right? The rain starts falling, all of a sudden the sky rips open, turns like a weird color. I'm like, oh, this ain't good. The air raid
yeah.
noise goes back. Woo! Our phone stopped
Oh
buzzing.
yeah, the
Tornado warnings
tornado.
and
Yeah, that shit kept me in Rhode Island forever.
Yeah, I was like laughing and telling Dan, I was like, man, I don't think Nick's coming in tonight, bro.
oh yeah,
Got there, got there
The
at midnight.
tornado was just going off, going crazy.
Your boy squatted
Yeah,
like 1100, 490 and a half. Devontae Lewis. I thought that was pretty
yeah.
huge too.
dude.
Dylan and I had a talk with him. Took a picture. That was cool.
Wow.
A lot of
Oh, you're talking about the lifter that did the what was that? It was like almost 1,100 pounds.
World
yeah,
record, I think. Right?
all
Yeah,
time.
no, the fact that he did it like a piston was
Yeah,
insane.
Oh yeah, it was no struggle with
I
that.
mean,
He's like,
he would like whoop whoop.
yep.
I think that's the only way guys like that will hit that weight. I've
Mm,
never seen one dude that's built like that that's squatting 1,000 pounds that's doing it slow.
mm,
yeah,
They
yeah.
go right into the hole and they come right out.
yeah.
Definitely a
That,
solid technique.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
remember
it
That's the
getting.
thing
does.
about these meets, though, man. Like, cause you, like I said, when you get to that zone and you're firing all cylinders, you're a new person. And when you go out there, it's like a blur, the whole thing. I mean, remember just going to the bench, lifting, and it's done. I'm like, what the heck happened? You know what I mean? And everything's just so quick, and like, cause your senses, like your adrenaline's through the roof, everything. I mean, you're like, instead of being a level 10, you're a level 15 or whatever. You know what I mean? That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get pretty hyped. Let's talk about that. So, how
Yeah.
was it lifting out on the platform for you guys? Like, there was four platforms, probably a few hundred people in the seats, if not close to a
Mm.
thousand. A lot of lights. How was that? Was that fun?
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, it
It's
was
watching,
definitely very fun.
yeah.
But also, I think that there was a relief. There wasn't this pressure. Regionals always had pressure for me
Mm,
because I knew that if I did not put up a certain total, I couldn't go to nationals.
mm,
And I think that that pressure really like messed with my head and made it so I couldn't really have fun with it.
yeah.
Um, but this time it was like I was free to lift.
That's the thing
Yeah,
too, being on that kind of level
Yeah.
with all the visuals, you know, the four stages, the TV going, all the stuff going on, and like you're just like, you know, perfection. I mean, every little screw up you do in practice and everything else you try to correct, and everything's just like perfect. You know what I mean? And hope to get it
Yeah.
perfect anyway. You know what I mean? It's like it's just so awesome. It's a great feeling, exhilarating, and it's like you feel alive. I mean, like you really feel alive. You know?
that's a good feeling for sure.
Yeah.
It was so loud in there that the
Yep.
refs were wearing like headsets that were going through a PA system so you could hear the commands. It
Mm.
Yeah.
was crazy. It was phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
I love even as a coach, I love to go out there, scream, beat the shit out of Dylan,
Yeah.
give him a slap, get
Beat
him
me
right.
up, slap me around.
Yeah, he's gonna hit
Yeah.
me with a domestic one day.
Dylan's like, eat, drink some water. I'm like, I want to puke, man. I
Oh
was
yeah,
eating so much bananas and
I kept trying to get Dan to drink water and eat bananas that he got ready to puke. He was like, ugh, I don't know if I can't, Dylan.
That happens
It,
sometimes.
and then I took the
yeah.
banana. He's like, oh man, I can't even look at the banana. I'm getting nauseous, Dylan. And then I took the banana, I shoved it in his face. I was like this, and he's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So Bryn was going up for her third deadlift,
Yeah.
and the lifter right before her threw up all over the place, all over the platform, all
Oh,
over the bar.
what?
And Bryn was like, I'm not feeling very good. Like her stomach was kind of turning before that. I was like, just stay behind the whatever it is, the curtain. Stay behind the curtain so you don't see that. They were wiping it and cleaning it. This poor girl
oh,
ran off the platform with puke still coming out of her mouth. But then
Oh,
Brennan went and got her third deadlift. It was pretty sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
oh,
Drank too much water for deadlifts and puked all over the place. That's
Something.
crazy.
Yeah, so shout
yeah.
out to the team. Dan going 7 for 9, getting that second place. Bryn
Mm.
going 8 for 9. Fighting all day and with a busy, hectic job and a lot of travel. Jessica going 7 for 9, 1 for 3 on squats, and then really turning it around. Dylan, making weight, fighting all day.
And hitting the 500-pound bench press
Oh
finally
yeah, I
in
was sick, man.
competition.
Like
Yo, it went
blowing
up
up to make
easy.
weight.
It went up easy. I think I got 11 more pounds.
Yeah, 5 kilos is there.
That's crazy how
So
you had to throw up to make weight, and you still got those lifts.
Yeah, it was not dignifying. I was puking like a 13-year-old cat. Like it was coming out of me with no food in it. There was nothing in it. It was surreal because it didn't taste like anything, and it didn't feel like acid. There was it almost like there was like no acid in it. It was weird. So when it came out, it was just like a bunch of spit coming out, and it looked all white and stuff. It was like weird, and
yeah,
I
it's
think
Mm.
it's
pretty
just
gross.
it was really gross, but it helped me make weight.
Bro, and then you kept on fighting all day. Like you were getting
Uh,
tough calls after tough calls. You could have easily just folded over, but you kept going all day. We didn't miss any lifts like on strength. We just kept on trucking. You know what I mean? So I give a lot
yeah,
of credit to you because it was a hard day.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it was a good way to stay in it, brother. Like you told me when I got ranked of my first squat, you're like, don't let it bother you,
yeah.
man. Just kept going and go forward, you
Hmm.
know.
You got to
So
Well,
salvage the day. I think when things go bad, you can either take yourself right out of it, or you can keep yourself in the game.
yeah,
You know. And what was it, Dylan? Last year you were coaching me at the Odyssey meet, and I wasn't having a great day. I was pretty much dead from my cut, and I kind of took myself out of it that day. I didn't even want to go deadlift. I wanted to hit my opener and go, but you were like, "Let's go, let's do it." You're not going to stop. We're gonna finish the day. And I was happy that I
mm,
did. It wasn't a great performance, but
mm,
yeah,
a month later I had a much better performance. I went and competed at regionals, and I did a lot better. So you just gotta stay
yeah.
in it. You
yeah,
go
Be dignified.
be dignified,
yep,
puke a shit all over the place,
Yeah,
and have a good
yeah.
time.
And eat bananas and rice. Yeah,
yeah.
Bananas are right.
yeah.
Plain bagels.
No, I'm telling you, like eating bananas and eating rice is like really, 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 really good
Mm,
for your competition. The potassium prevents you from cramping. The carbs really good. If you mix the bananas with the rice, you'll get a lot of fast energy. It's really good.
Yeah.
yeah. And my deadlifts, yeah, I had to change back to my old because the new routine we're working on. I think it was
Hmm.
just too close to the competition to try that, and because the ones I got up, one didn't count. But I'm like I told Dylan, I got to switch back to the original one because I'm fully 100% confident I could get that 479 up. I think it's 479. Yeah, I could get that up with my original one because the other one I could barely. It's not that I couldn't lift it; it was just like the point of getting a full grip of the bar, and I think I couldn't get down low enough to actually grip that bar good because the second lift I got up, I was 2 seconds away from dropping the bar because I was literally holding the bar with my fingers. You know what I mean? And when I did the last one on my regular routine, I just went up, snatched that bar, and I felt 100% like boom. When I got that up, I wasn't dropping it at all.
Nice, nice,
Mm.
Yeah,
nice,
deadlifts are
Dan.
fun in comp.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
hate them
noticed
though.
switching routines too because Nick, the other one, recommended me too. Because when I was like working on squats, I had those heel shoes, kept falling to the rack, cramping my calves up. And you said, well,
Yep.
once you switch to your deadlift shoes, and since I've been doing that, man, my deadlifts are a lot better.
Well, good. I'm
Mm,
glad. One thing you could try too on the deadlift that'll really help with
mm,
that problem with the grip is
yep,
when you get down there, you lean
yeah,
over, get a solid grip, then
Yep.
go over with the other side and
Mm.
grab that bar from the other side, and it'll help
Yep.
you to get around having the stomach get in the way of getting down there.
Oh.
It's what I do. I get down
Yeah.
there, and then like I can't just grab the bar; it'll be in my fingertips. So I lean to the right,
Mm.
grab the
Yep.
bar better, lean to the left, grab the bar, then stand up, and it works really well
Oh.
for me.
Well, with me, it was my left hand. I got a good grip with my right hand, and the left hand I was just trying to get a real good grip. The first one I
Yeah,
did, but the second one was the problem. And they called me on that because I
yeah,
couldn't get the I was barely holding on to the bar, and I didn't get my shoulders
yeah,
back and my
yeah,
knees locked all the way. So they called me on that one, and
yeah.
but I wanted to attempt the 500 deadlift, but I didn't get to do that because I missed the second one.
Well, we'll get it next time. You have room to
Yeah.
do the 500 bench and I'm sorry, the 500 squat and the 500 deadlift at
Mm.
Yeah,
the
you're gonna be
next meet.
looking pretty good. You're gonna
Yep.
be looking pretty good at your next comp for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
gonna
got
work
the
hard for
numbers.
that.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
definitely
So,
could.
anything else we want to go over before we jump off, or
Um, yeah, to new lifters out there, I just want to let you know I'm 4 months literally until powerlifting career. February is my first competition. It's only been 4 months. It's crazy. It feels like a year already because of the training. But I would just say stick with it and just like I did. I don't know how many times I had to change techniques, adjust things, and all that. If something's not working for you, just try something new and safe, of course. And I would highly recommend getting a trainer because for a year or so I thought I could do it myself. Yeah, right, not even close. And if it wasn't for you and Dylan there, man, I don't think I would have done half as good in this competition.
yeah, Dylan's really got you pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. I think that's a good spot to end it off on.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. This has been Dylan Johnson, OG Big Lifts, Nick Level Up, and the Bionic Dan Bidiondi. Thank you for joining us for our podcast, and we look to catch you next time.